Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder, to a gameplay in the Ostwind II, where I tried to spade it manually. But as we'll see later on in my very first game that I played, which also funnily enough was the most successful in terms of overall kills, I bought the FPE and the parts, but other than this I didn't buy anything. And here you can see that I have the side of an American heavy tank. I am carefully, I don't have all that much pen, but if you know where to shoot, where the armor is on an enemy tank, it's good enough. Now, as of today, we can enjoy patch 1.93, which sounds like a very rushed bugfest, but hey, who am I to talk about? I actually thought that we will see a second dev server, that we kind of expect more. But it was very, very quickly. It is one of only 3 times that I can remember that a patch actually follows that quickly on the dev server, and it was unexpected from what I've read, from what I've heard, from what I've been told by people that normally I would consider to be trustworthy, that Gaijin would take a longer time with their dev blogs this time, but no, we actually get the patch today. What I also got today was this very nice position where I thought, oh, it would be awesome. It would be cool, right? Because the enemy has to concentrate on the front if there is a potential enemy tank, or in my case, allied tank, and they have to look around. They never expect the the Ostwind Inquisition. And there I got the turret, the gunner, and eventually I get the driver as well. Good hit right there. Artillery strike on me, they know something's in there. I drop an artillery strike, I hear tanks all around me. The action is thick. This is what you get for being on the front line in an SPA. And that's a Catalina if I have ever seen one. I heard the bombs, but I feel confident sitting behind the building. I get him on fire, good stuff. I'm not safe. Oh, damn it. So he gets the points for style. I'm not even mad because I got the revenge hit. Talking about revenge, is that a Hellcat? I saw him in time, I stopped and I reversed, he dunked the shot, and Hellcats, they hate German SPA. And it feels just so good to not just outright kill them, but to slowly grind them down and just take them apart. Now, the one thing is, his 50 cal gunner actually could have taken out my gunner here, because there is actually a little bit of a gap in the turret armor of the Ostwind. I hear another tank, and that can only be a Hellcat. Yep, there he is. I am not really great with reversing, especially stock. The horsepower to ton ratio, the maneuverability actually sucks. But in good old American fashion, he will outplay himself, and good night, sweetheart. So, yeah, good stuff. Another thing is you have very limited pen. You have 49mm of penetration. That doesn't leave all that much penetration versus tanks such as a T-34, especially the 85 version. And the only way you can get killed in a T-34 if you continuously insist of showing your flat broadside. Hey mate, you're not here a battleship driver in World of Warships as well? Just asking. I hear for quite a while also a tank next to the Brandenburg Gate, Brandenburger Tor. And yep, there we get the A2D. Now, what kind of tank could it be? Well, just before the game ends, I think that is a Centurion Mark I that shows himself, and he actually knocks out both my gun breeches. So well done to him. And then what am I watching? I can actually outrun his turret traverse. He doesn't hit my engine, and he doesn't turn with his hull. What the hell am I watching? Now he moves, but it's way too late, and he actually had the right idea to turn the other way. I cannot hurt him, but the time runs out, and so I actually survived this battle. It was not the greatest battle that I played, but you know, as a frontline SPA, I don't have the patience for waiting up until aircraft arrive. I want to push, I want to support my tanks, and I want to revenge kill them. Another thing is, watch the timer on both caps. So here there is this IS-2, he's holding off the entire flank, and I am tracking him, and now I want to disable his gun. Now he doesn't even recognize that I'm there. Now his gun takes damage, and he turns it so I can shoot even better at the muzzle brake, which is the biggest target on the gun barrel. So he cannot really shoot me. I tried to shot trap the back of his turret, but it wasn't to be. And I make him turn his turret, and so the Panther from his front actually could then kill him. So here I try to drive back one of those tanks that is guarding the cap, which is about to be capped, right? It's neck on neck, and that made it possible again for that tank to be killed, and also us getting into the cap and denying the enemy to cap us out before we cap them. So hostile team has stopped capturing the point, and it's around about now that I win the game. So even an SPA can be a distraction. And yeah, that's good stuff, right? And so we won the game. And that also accelerates your overall progression, even though you only got 2 enemy kill assists, because for a victory you get 120% extra RP and 67% silver lines. So if you are in a vehicle that is not a killing machine and relies heavily on the circumstances, that makes in the long run a great difference. So if you can sacrifice yourself for the win, where you actually got 1 or 2 kills already, then this is something worth doing, right? Another thing is I just launched the artillery strike on the other side where the capture zone lies on this map, on this iteration. And it is always very funny if you just had the first battle where you unlock the artillery strike, and then you actually get with the first hit a first strike kill on ASU 85, which is a good tank. Another thing is you can distract the T-34-85, you shoot the tracks, and when they then get killed, you get an enemy kill assist. While a kill would definitely be better, if you can't kill that tank, it's better to get a kill assist after all. Also, if you shoot at planes and they turn into you trying to kill you, they make it all the easier to get shredded by you. And I think that this is a little bit of an advantage of the Ostwind II compared to the Ostwind, that you have just a much higher density of shells. Now, you still have the same amount of shell types and overall gun characteristics, you just have twice as much. And I always prefer 2 guns compared to a single gun. And it depends on the situation if you aim with the scope or if you aim in third person. So, with having said this, there are so many planes in the air with allied teams, and it's been a long time since I spaded a World War II SPA for Germany, but I happily take it. And I think if I would be more patient, I would actually be there when more planes would be in the skies. But very often I get killed early on. Yes, I took that SPA right from the start. Come on, can I get the kill? I cannot hit this guy for the sake of it. And actually then got an assist. So yeah, the funny scene is here again. The 50 cal killed my gunner and then also my loader. I angle the turret, and that saves also a bit my gun breach, and then I try to shred him. He misaims quite greatly because he should aim at the other side of the turret, and then it takes way too long, and that just shows how relatively slow those 37mm are, but they are not really that slow. Nevertheless, good result here for 3 air targets and 2 tank kills and some assists. 36,000 silver lines and 6,400 RP. And this time modification and vehicle research is both equal, so you're actually researching your tanks faster. And there you can see then I also go for the mobility because it's all that awful when the tank is stock. It's not a speed demon, and at some point you need to maneuver, you need to just go to places. Another funny thing is I saw a Hellcat moving by, and that Hellcat driver tries to be sneaky and tries to hide behind A. And then seconds later, again, I got a kill on an M18. Now this is actually my very first game that I played, so I am, besides from FPE and parts, completely stock. And I get cross-mapped, so I don't know where the enemy is. I just have to extinguish the fire and then hopefully repair it. Obviously, when somebody makes a hit at that long range, then you're sitting duck for 22 seconds, and even then you just have to cover the distance. But it seems like either that was a lucky shot, or then he got distracted, or he never managed to get in the follow-up shot. Either way, I just survived this. And this was the very first game, so I wanted to share it with you because of the following thing. I continued to move, and then I went into the capture zone. Despite it being captured, it is always a point of interest for aircraft, and if you find a good position here, then usually you're safe. But here I waited too long to open fire, and then again my gun breech got taken out. So again, I need to move now into the cap for multiple reasons. First of all, I need to get into cover, and there is just this rock formation ahead of me. Also, I can repair in the cap twice as fast. I'm down to only 2 crew members. Now the bitter part is that here this T2 can freely bomb my teammates, and it's still 14 seconds to repair. And I could take him under very effective fire right here, right there. And 6 seconds, 5, come on. Yeah, SBA, press mouse 1, you can do it. Yeah, I can do it. Once the gun breaches are saved. The M41 still got bombed, but at least he survived. So, yeah. There is another aircraft coming in. He warns me. And so I'm looking into that direction. I see that I have enough time to respond. Yes, I always try to respond once I see something in chat. Sometimes I'm tied up in the action of the battle, or it just pops out for 1 or 2 seconds. It's this chat bug. But I have always the feeling that responding is just simple and nice. And I always love it when people respond to me, so I do it as well. Because a lot of people think that I'm not doing this just because I'm famous. No, I'm not. And here I had quite enough time to line up the shots with an A2D that thought he's safe. If I would have shot him too early on, then the following things would have happened, and that was that he would have changed course. He would have been aware of me. It would have been much more difficult for me to hit him, and he might have survived to swing around to the other side of the map and just wreak havoc there on the rest of my team. And I was not quite sure if they then would have an SPA there. So it's a calculated risk. It's cold-blooded, but it's also quite a lot of experience that goes into this simple scene where it looks like, yeah, he shot down an aircraft coming his way. And here, that is one of my moments that I really like. Somebody shot me from across the map. He missed me, and yeah, I have no idea what to do. Okay, let's fire some rounds into his general direction. He misses me again, so I had to move. And now the other guy thinks that he can charge me. But again, the combination of high rate of fire and gun handling secures here the kill on the Charioteer Mark 7. I still try to fire some suppression fire across the map basically. And just before the match ended, again, we have just captured all the capture points, and I've waited like 5 minutes in place and nothing has come my way. So now I feel like that I have influenced, at least on my side of the map, the battle a little bit in our favor, and I deserve this this kill on the enemy spawn. I know that a lot of people don't like it, but at this point in time, I think it's just fair. And I was lucky that one of the enemy guys in the truck was already dead, so killing the gunner was enough. 2 planes and 2 tanks being killed, 22,000 civilians and 4,670 RP for the first match. I think that's alright. And so now let's have fun with patch 1.93 and let's see what kind of a mess it is. It's kind of a bit rushed. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider giving a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as usual, we will see each other on the waves, in the skies, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.